I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to thank everybody for all the likes and subscribes we've had over the past week and a half since I started basically bringing it to everybody's attention how much it helps me grow this channel. If you guys want to count on somebody for daily crypto updates, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to bring these to you Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. This is all I do. All I do is crypto. So listen, be sure and like the video. We had 850 likes on the last video, and I just think, man, I would love to get 1,000 likes on a video. So definitely, if you appreciate the content I provide to you guys, please like the video. Now, it's time to jump right into this market. Today, crypto sideways with reddish undertones. So Bitcoin is at 71.77. Overall market cap of cryptocurrency is $190 billion. Let's take a look at some charts here. Okay, so I found this today. This is potentially a bearish idea. Okay, we have to see how it plays out, but let me explain it to you. So if you look at this white line here, you've got a high on the price action, and then this high is lower, so you have a lower high. Okay, now down here on the histogram, basically it slopes the other direction. So you've got a high and then a higher high, and then MACD high and higher high, and then RSI high and higher high. Okay, so this is called hidden bearish divergence. Now it occurs in downtrends, and it means that the downtrend is going to continue. And if you see this arrow clearly, it did run lower, the price action. Okay, so now here we are again, the yellow. We're looking at the yellow line, and you see we've got a high, and then this high is lower. So on the MACD, it's possible because it hasn't put in, it needs to make this little swing, this little pivot, right? So it needs to move lower. So it's not quite confirmed yet, but it's possible. And what I'm saying is you've got a possibility of this same thing playing out again. The one thing that will change this is if we run up and break out and run higher. Okay, essentially pretty soon. And then on the RSI, same thing. You know, you've got your high, and then the next high is higher. So again, hidden bearish divergence possible. It looks like it's almost confirmed on the RSI, but again, we haven't seen the move in the price action. So again, this down arrow is in the cards. Realistically, this is not anything tragic or new, and I'll show you why. So this is the daily chart, right? And so we're in this falling wedge. And so now, like I talked to you guys about previously, I said, hey, if we don't break out of this rising wedge right here, it's going to break to the downside or move to the downside, the bottom trend line of this triangle, right? We have to assume that the price action continues in this pattern until it doesn't. It's that simple. I have this green arrow drawn down here. That's where you want to have a stop loss in place. You do not want any of this downside. Now, there's a 68% chance this breaks higher, and a lot of time these wedges do play out bullishly. They're bullish reversal patterns, okay? So let's just keep an eye on this. I'm going to zoom in right now. This is a 1-hour Bitcoin chart. So Bitcoin's basically been in the same range. Essentially, this is a bullish pennant. Now, if it does break higher, we've got this upper trend line up here to deal with. Okay, so this yellow line up here, we have this yellow upper trend line, which got rejected here and a couple more occasions. Okay, so it's possible it could break higher and then bounce lower. However, you know, this is a symmetrical triangle. They break either way, but they are continuation patterns, so they typically break in the direction of the trend. However, Bitcoin likes to make its own rules, right? So these pennants and flags don't always play out as well as they should on Bitcoin. The altcoins do amazing, right? When the altcoins are moving, the bull flags play out perfectly. I'll talk to you about that in a second. As far as Matic, we had some good play on Matic recently. So again, this is the lower trend line of this giant triangle too. So a break below here, again, further downside. So there's a bullish case to this. And the bullish case is, hey, you know what? We break out, we run up here over time to 8,200, 8,300. But initially, like in the next couple days, we'll find out if it's going to play out. A lot of people were asking me about Matic, so I posted a chart about that. But then everybody's like, Matic, I'm so glad that you posted this, Chris. I got stopped out. I set my stop loss too tight. I got scared. Should I jump back in? Should I not? I need to be thankful with 23% in a day and a half. Exactly. Greed costs people a lot of money. So Danny Kelly said, hey, Chris, we've made a pretty penny off of Matic so far. And what about waves? Do you have a target? Everybody's like, okay, Matic's done. Let's go to waves. Let's go to waves. Crypto Tiger said, lovely, bro. I got out early. I can't complain. I got 10% profit. Then Don said, thanks, Chris, for the Matic. I had 11% gain. It was his first gain. So, again, this is just a snippet. I said yesterday we don't have any day traders, and we do. People come into the group at first, and they want to just throw money at this market and make quick trades and make quick profits. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got chat groups, 6 of them. I've got 41 videos that'll teach you. If you don't know anything about trading this market at all, you watch these videos, you'll be making profitable trades. That easy. I post these profitable trading setups every single day, a lot of them. This is waves. So I posted this midterm hold idea about 5 weeks ago. That's the magic number. It's ran up 47% over that time. So sit it and forget it. Take profits a month later, 5 weeks later, 6 weeks later. Matic, since it was posted on the 19th, 2 days ago, up 40%. 40% gains on a Matic. Not too shabby. If you guys want to join the group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months in crypto. You get 20% off. If you pay for the year in crypto, you get a 30% discount and an additional month for free. The group is cheap. It's less than $2 a day, right? If you pay for the year, it's like $1.33 a day. That's it. If you want to pay with a card, you can do so. There's a Patreon link that's in the description. You pay month to month. Bitcoin price diary. Long Bitcoin from 6,500 and then jump back into your altcoin position. So the idea here is this. We're potentially at some point going to head down here again, right? 6,500 or, 6,000, 6,100. And everybody's saying, hey, this is going to be the bounce. This is it. Like, you don't want to be the person trying to catch this bottom. Look, people are like, hey, here we are. We're at 7,500. This is it. Everything's changing. And we got this huge pump, and then here we are. 6,800. Okay, this is it. We're breaking higher. This is it. You're trying to catch the bottom when you're doing this, and it's basically impossible. Then now this retrace, we ran down to 6,400, 6,300. Okay, now this is it. Everything's changed. This is it. This is finally it. This is the bottom. This is it. And then let's say we move lower. Let's just say it happens. 6,100, 6,000. And this is it. This is it. This is it. Listen, what I say is this. The smart way to trade this is buy this breakout of this trend line up here. When that You might miss this move, but man, listen, you're not constantly taking losses, right? So that's, again, my strategy. Works for me. You guys do what you want. Oh, we got to talk about this news. I saw this and I said, you know what? I want to make sure everybody knows about this and realizes. Okay, let's talk about this idea first. Turning $10 into 90,000. Bitcoin was the best investment of the decade. Huge money in Bitcoin. A report by, Bank of America calls Bitcoin the best investment of the decade. $1 invested in Bitcoin in the beginning of 2019 would be worth $90,000 today. No, it wouldn't. So that's a mistype, right? A little typo in the news. Probably meant to be beginning of the decade, right? So now CNN comes out and they stated Bitcoin is the best investment of the decade. I'm like, man, this is awesome. They got this. They're both real positive on Bitcoin. So then there's a CNN study. Now it's CNN. Now it was Bank of America. Now it's CNN. All of a sudden everybody's studying Bitcoin. And they're saying CNN is the best and most profitable asset class of the 2010s. Mainstream America News Network, CNN, looked back at the performance of investments over the past decade. They found Bitcoin's the most profitable. If you invested $1 into Bitcoin at the beginning of the decade, same exact analogy, you would have $90,000 today. Point here is, everybody who got in Bitcoin early made a ton of money. Okay, but what I want to point out here is this news a lot of times, and I want you guys to make sure and pick the news apart, right? Whether it's me on YouTube, whether it's somebody else on YouTube, whether it's tweets, whether it's projects saying, hey, we can get this done, we can do this, whether it's the team of these projects, whether it's anything you do, you always want to know the source. Like, where is this coming from? Because what you'll find in this market is a lot of this stuff is manipulated. But what you'll notice, and I read it all the time in this news, it's like this repackaged, reorganized, rearranged, same exact content. Somebody wants to sell a story. This guy, Zachary, who wrote this, wants to make money. This guy, Michael, wants to make money. They both needed a little bit different twist on the stories. One of them's probably more accurate than the next. But I want you to really take a lot of time to not just crowdsource your information. Just if people say something, you can't take it as a given, right? You want to research it. And when I say, hey, do your own research, that means pick it apart. Take that extra time. Find holes in these stories, because there's a lot of just misinformation. There's a lot of lies, deceit, a lot of scams going on in front of us. So again, I just want to reach out to you guys and make sure that do your own research means just that. If you guys haven't picked up a Ledger Nano X hardware wallet yet, the factory link is in the description. Now you get a Ledger Nano S with it for free, and you get a 20% off discount as well. So you can get a Nano X, a Nano S for under $100. It's like 99 bucks. Huge deal from Ledger. Now it's important, this discount code right here, there's about 30 uses left on it. Crypto Revolution -LTZ. Okay, so you put this discount code in, and this will give you the extra 20% off. And then, like I said, there's only about 30 people can use this, so it's run down quite a bit. With a $10 billion Ripple valuation, XRP could set forth an explosive growth, and they could. Like, if XRP can gain any traction, just a little bit, it's going to take off. Now, this young lady, Crypto Aries, she's got a good YouTube channel. She's a big advocate. She likes Ripple. She likes XRP. And basically went on to state that, the second most valuable company in the industry is Ripple. It's behind Bitmain. It's tied for 18th as the most valuable startup in the world. Ripple, yeah, there's no doubt. Ripple's doing big things, right? Now, it's unfortunate that XRP, the price is decreasing. But like I talked about, you can't tie the price of these cryptos with their success, especially right now. This article states Ripple in all these years has been building railroads, and companies like Uber, Amazon, PayPal, etc. are the trains that are going to run on these railroads starting in the next year, predicting a big 2020 as far as some explosive growth for XRP. I've got a ton of friends, you guys really, like you are my friends. I've got a ton of you guys that like and love and hold XRP. I want to see you guys get ridiculously rich. I want to see everybody in this space get ridiculously rich. So don't ever think that, hey, I'm one-sided. Like, I just want everybody to make a bunch of money. Ripple and XRP could capture significant value from the $2 trillion global payments market, says the crypto asset manager from Grayscale. Grayscale offers some exposure. You can pick up XRP through its XRP Grayscale Trust. And then they highlighted there's differences between XRP Ledger and blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Obviously, XRP Ledger is not blockchain. It's kind of cool that Grayscale came out and made this big, long, informative statement as far as XRP goes. XRP breaks below key support level as analysts eye significantly further losses. Price right now, it doesn't have a whole lot to do with adoption. Retail, I think, needs to come into this market and push these prices higher across the board. More governments embracing cryptocurrencies will push adoption in 2020. And that's really what it comes down to. Like, there's so much uncertainty in the United States. Now, globally, they just don't know what to do with it yet. It's so new. Like, think about all the people that don't know about it. Like, governments are having to start to take notice, but they don't realize what it's capable of. They don't realize the potential. Then I read this. Cryptocurrency exchange Poloniex enables no KYC for level 1 accounts. Now, let's remember, Poloniex just booted the United States, right? So if you're in the United States, you cannot use Poloniex. But, they got hit hard. They kicked the United States off of their exchange, and they're like, well, now we're going to do no KYC for a small select few level 1 accounts, which will have limitations on it. But they want to bring those U.S. residents back, right? That's why the exchanges do this. Binance does it. KuCoin does it. A ton of these exchanges, they have a certain level, lower limited level where you can use it. There's no KYC. Probably you need a VPN to work around it, right? But you can work around some of these exchanges as far as geo-blocking goes. Some people don't want to do that, and that's perfectly understandable. But there's no law against this in the United States, right, as far as these exchanges go. It's just everybody's kind of preparing for what they think might happen as far as securities go. But you saw the SEC yesterday. We talked about, hey, the SEC wants to make changes as far as securities laws go. And so maybe people in the United States in the future will be able to trade securities on these exchanges without being an accredited investor, or accredited investors will have different limitations, and it'll be easier to be accredited in the United States. They're going to follow the money, right? They need, if you have an exchange, the best exchange, you kick off half the people, then all of a sudden your volume drops, you take a big hit. I talked to you guys about this in the past, and this is 3 commas, but what they did was they moved all the, you can trade on Binance with this. They're a broker. All you do is you put your email in, and that's it. Like, you verify your email, that's it. They don't even want to know anything else. Name, nothing, right? So it's 3C.exchange. All of your trading pairs for Binance are here. It uses Binance as for liquidity. It uses Binance's volume. Basically, you're trading on Binance, but this is a broker, all right? So 3C.exchange. All these exchanges, why did 3 commas? Why did they say, hey, we got to move you and separate you from where we're at? Because they don't know what is going to happen with these governments as far as the regulations. It's not that something is made illegal or something has changed. It's that something is going to change, and they don't want to be caught in the crossfire. But it's interesting to see that 3 commas normally is, you know, basically you're getting the pro $74 with this 3.C exchange. Will a unified Muslim crypto asset end the US dollar domination? I talked about this yesterday. I didn't realize they were talking about a unified Muslim crypto asset. Like, I thought it was just Iran. And essentially, Turkey and Malaysia are in on this as well. So they're making this move, and the idea is to strengthen cooperation among Muslim nations. They want to enhance the resistance to financial shocks and the manipulation by the United States. So I was surprised to see this. Friendly reminder, someone posted on Twitter, you can report the Hex scam to the SEC for securities fraud. Like, wow. I was just like, man. This person stated, thanks for sharing this. Projects might think twice before fooling their investors when they know that we can report it to the SEC. You go to the SEC website and you read about suspected securities fraud or wrongdoing, and you look down here, and I'm not saying any, Hex is what it is. You guys decide. I'm not really trying to be super biased on this whole situation, but I've stated some facts, and you probably understand what I see in it. But it's important to know here that it states fraudulent or unregistered offer of sale or securities includes Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, and high yield investment programs. So you go to high yield investment programs, and it talks about you're looking for these high yield investment programs, or HYIPs. They promise incredible returns with little or no risk to the investor. They might even promise you daily, weekly, or monthly returns of 30 or 40% or more. And I'm thinking, across the board, if you just think about crypto, like, how many cryptos fit into these categories? Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, high yield investments, manipulation. Listen to this, manipulation of a security's price or volume. Think about all the wash trading. Like, this is, if you go through here, and you could pick crypto apart in a second. And so I get it. The SEC is trying to protect us. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.